moving on to the next topic.
Let's do it.
Obviously, it's the Lakers. I've been in depression for like 2 months, maybe longer. I ain't gonna lie to you. I've been in depression maybe over a year now because of the Lakers. Russell Westbrook refuses to go away. Refuses to go away.
What you mean refuses to go away?
What do you mean? That's exactly what I mean. He refuses to go away. Lakers don't want him. LeBron don't want him. He got I ain't gonna say what he told me to say. I would say it. And it's fucking funny, but I'm not gonna say it. But listen, the situation is that reports are saying Dave McMenamin, he's a writer out there in LA, says that LeBron does not see any type of return for Russell Westbrook this season. So, mind you, he's on the roster right now. Training camp is literally like weeks away. I don't see how they can have Russell Westbrook on this roster come training camp because it's a toxic situation. All the reports are saying that last year he was mad about Vogel calling him out in film study. Now, my man, we understand how this works, right? Sports is a thing where it's about accountability, where if you're not accountable for what you do, you're going to kind of put your teammates out there to dry, right? You're going to leave them out there to hang. Yeah. If you're not taking accountability for what you're doing on the court, how are you going to get better? How are you going to get better?
That's facts.
So if the coach is telling you, listen, this is what you did wrong. These are your rotations. Your rotation was bad. And you get mad at the coach. Then what are we doing?
You got to be mad at yourself.
Right.
You got to be mad.
That's the whole point. Like he had a exit interview and he was throwing shade at everybody else. And never took accountability for his poor play. Yeah. So everybody realizes now that this is not going to work. And you got Darvingham, the new head coach, going on every podcast. I'm going to make sure that Russell Westbrook works. Nigga, no. Like, it ain't going to work.
It's more. It's not only talent. It's mental too.
Right.
It got to be in his mental space. If he feels as though that he is that strong, beneficial player. Right. That's the key word. Beneficial. Right. A lot of times athletes, and it's not only athletes as well, there's a lot of people just when they don't feel beneficial to a team, right? Or to an organization, whatever, period. Yeah. They're not going to give 110%. Right. You know what I'm saying? The thing is that I understand that he was a very recognized athlete in the prime of his career. Right now, he's no longer in the prime of his career. Correct. Because, he's bouncing around. He's not regarded or not respected.
3 teams in 3 years, bro.
You know what I mean? He's not respected as who he used to be respected as. You know what I mean? Right. But at the end of the day, in order to get to that point, to get back to that point, you know what I mean? You got to take the tips of the people who are knowledgeable of what they're doing. You know what I mean? Especially the coaches, you know what I mean? Take accountability for what you've been doing, what has been going wrong in the last seasons, you know what I'm saying? And what you can take from that and make a change to see if you can bring one more championship to that organization. Exactly. You know what I mean? Because once you do that, like you said, your worth goes up. Your respect goes up. Your status goes up.
Bro, you see role players, they don't get nothing. But once you win that championship, you get introduced as champion wherever you go, and that price goes up. So people got to realize that. But we're going to talk about it a little more in detail after the break.
Yo, it's your man DJ G Money from that Flip the Script podcast. You see it? We in the studio right now. Flip, shut up. Yeah. Oh, listen. Shout out to the All Even podcast. My man Barry Grant Jr. What's up, man? What happened? What you want to say to the people?
Shout out somebody else's podcast?
Yeah, my nigga the joint. What's up?
All Even.
All Even podcast.
Yo, it ain't even up here, boy. We put this what's up, man? All Even. Yo, you. Oh my God. What's up with you, man? Now that's a shout out. You keeping this?
Yeah, keep all that. You want to jump
All
on the
Even podcast, right?
Yeah,
All Even podcast, right? Yeah. All Even? That's your man?
My man.
All right, shout out to All Even podcast.
He cool? 100%. He cool. Is he cool? Let me see. Is he cool?
Yeah. What is it, D? What's that about, D?
Cool, man.
Welcome back, y'all. So we're going to talk more about these Lakers, about the situation, the dynamic that's going on. They're trying to move Russ. It's public. Russ parted ways with his agent because of this. You know, the agent, I've never heard of an agent come out and say that they understand the market of the player. They know that the player has been traded 3 years in a row. They help facilitate those trades. And now, for the first time, the value of the player is not there. The team that's trying to move him has to now put in more assets to get rid of him. So at that point, it's like, you know, there's no reason to leave. Try to repair your image and try to, you know, tell the league that you can be able to change, and then good things can happen. Maybe you get another contract after this.
Absolutely.
But if you continue to defy and you continue to be, I'm this, I'm that, there's not going to be any market for you.
No.
So that's why him and the agent, you know, kind of parted ways. The agent's telling him to stay with LA. He thinks that he's a big enough star to be able to leave because they're not doing what he wants them to do. It's a big mess right now. And, you know, what are your thoughts on just the dynamic between a player, a person, in whatever situation it is, that they don't understand that they're the problem? And a lot of times when you're around people like that are not aware that they're the problem, it's a hard conversation to have. It's hard to be around them.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
I agree with you 100%. And the thing is that when it comes to things like that, it's accountability.
Yeah.
You know, it's accountability. It's people lacking or not giving the opportunity for compromise. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? The thing about it is that I think it's just his own self-love for the game, where he holds himself at a certain standard, at a certain level. And, you know, to be honest with you, in the game of basketball, right, in the last era of basketball, we've seen so many trades with these players. You know, growing up, watching basketball in the 90s, in the early 2000s, you wouldn't see a player be traded 3-4 times. You know, that if he's traded 3 times, that's it. That's his whole career.
Right.
You know what I mean? You'll have players nowadays who've been traded 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Times 6 times. They'll go to a team, leave, went to another team, went to another team, came back to a team that they already played for. You know what I mean? This changed the whole era of sports.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The thing about it is that, so now, if you have this mentality, let's break it down a little bit, right? Now, these people, right? People, remember, these are people. These are not machines.
Right.
These are not toys. You know what I mean? These are not options. These are people. These people trained their nearly entire life.
Yeah, pretty much. Right.
Majority of their life, right, to elevate their game on whatever sport they're playing. In this particular subject, we're talking about basketball. Think about the countless practices they did prior to getting to the NBA. The hard work that they did prior to getting to the NBA. Now you get into the NBA, you accomplish one of your biggest goals of life, right? Now you get to NBA, you get to do something that you always wanted to do. I'm playing ball now at a professional level. I'm making professional money, right? So now you want to elevate yourself. You want to display your talents. And the organization that you're playing for feels as though your talents is not at a certain level as everyone else. So guess what? We're going to use you for the time we can, and then we're just going to push you away like an object, not like a human being.
So do you think that he's trying to repair himself in this situation, and he doesn't care what the situation is? I think
I agree.
You know what?
You
You might be on to something. I think the
100%.
fact that, you know, he's been traded so much that now he's like, all right, cool. I gotta be me. I gotta do whatever the hell I gotta do. I went to Houston and tried to blend with James Harden. That didn't work. I'm here now. I tried to do it, and you know everybody's putting the blame on me. I just gotta be me. I get that, but when people don't look at you as the same player anymore, that don't hold weight.
Absolutely.
We've seen other players go through this. We saw Allen Iverson go through this. Allen Iverson retired because of his defiance.
Yeah.
We saw Vince Carter go through this. But what did Vince Carter do? Vince Carter was able to recognize, listen, in order for me to stay in the league, I got to change. I got to go from being a dynamic scorer, high flyer, great, defender, to now I can spot up and shoot threes and play defense. Carmelo Anthony was out of the league.
Ooh.
Right? And his particular situation was, I'm Carmelo Anthony. I play a certain way.
Yeah.
This is what it is. And the league told him, we don't want that anymore.
Nah.
We don't want that anymore. What did he have to do? He had to humble himself and change his game.
Do you think that Steph Marbury was in that same category as you're saying? Could you put him in that same category?
Maybe. I think, maybe you can. Maybe you can be able to put him there and say, listen, certain guys are just so stuck in their ways that they play themselves out of the league. I ain't gonna be no punk. I'm gonna stay on my square. Okay, you can do that. That's fine. But in certain situations, when you're working with a team, it's not an individual sport like tennis.
There you go.
When you have to be on a team with other cogs in the wheel and you're the one that's causing disruption, you got to look at yourself and say, all right, how can I help the team? Instead of saying, well, this is what I do and I can't do nothing else. How can I help y'all? What do you need me to do? What role should I play to be able to help everybody get to where we need to be?
You're just a piece of the puzzle.
You know what I'm saying? Because the biggest mistake that Russ made, I don't care about the air balls. I don't care about him hitting the side of the backboard. I don't care about him turning the ball over. I don't care about him dribbling off his foot. I don't care about the Laker fans telling him not to shoot in the Staples Center. I'm always going to call it Staples. It's not crypto. None of that stuff matters to me. When he messed up? When he came here and they asked him, do you feel that this is a championship or bust year? Is there a sense of urgency, pressure to win a championship? No. I don't feel there's nothing like that. That's what he said. There's no pressure. There's no expectations. They asked him, what are your expectations? Oh, there's no expectations. Bro, you play for the Lakers now.
You're too calm.
We're not talking about Charlotte. We're not talking about Sacramento Kings, NBA Siberia. We're talking about the Los Angeles Lakers. Once you get here with LeBron James, Anthony Davis, the history, the lineage here, there's always expectation.
Absolutely.
So for you to tell your fan base of rabid Laker fans, and they're nuts, right? That there's no expectation, you are dead in the water.
Absolutely.
He was dead in the water from day one. So when you have a guy like that lacks awareness, it's not going to end well for him. I'm telling you right now, his career is not going to end well. I said it months ago. And guys, people were like, I think somebody will be able to give him another contract. I said, if he doesn't change his ways, this may be the last year you see Russell Westbrook.
In the NBA.
In the NBA.
I agree with you.
Straight up. If he does not change his ways, this will be the last year you see Russell Westbrook.
And the thing is that he has the potential. He has the talent. He has the physical capabilities.
It's the fact that does he want to do it?
Exactly. It's morale.
Right.
It's the morale in him.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is that I think somebody needs to give him a wake-up call, or he needs to have some type of experience.
How many wake-up calls do you need, Reg? How many wake-up calls you need? You got people booing you, telling you not to shoot when you open. You got people calling you Westbrook and you getting mad, right? You get once people start calling you names and you respond to that, now they got you, right?
Yeah,
because they're gonna call you Westbrook the entire season now, right? Talking about, you don't call my family name. Come on, bro. You're a professional athlete.
Exactly.
People call you way worse than that.
You have to deal with all of
you
those
gotta
type of
deal
things.
with it. You know what I'm saying?
You deal with that when you're at the free throw line.
Yeah.
When you're at the free throw line every game,
bro.
you know what I mean? You're
You know
gonna
what I'm
get
saying? Like
hecklers.
for you,
Hecklers. That's what they call it, right? Hecklers, right?
trolls that they've been in existence since sports and everything has started. So it's like for you to not understand that and you're buckling under the pressure now, I'm telling you, I just don't see how anybody's going to sign up with that next season. How a team is going to say, you know what we need?
Russell.
We need Russell Westbrook.
Westbrook.
Well, you know what we need? We need Westbrook. Right. Somebody in the meetings will be, all right, cool. Let's go through all the free agents. Let's go through all the free agents and go, who we need? What do we need? We need leadership. We need this. Some guy's gonna be in the back smoking some bud. What about Westbrook?
Oh man,
that'd be the last thing that he ever said in that meeting.
You want to hear a line that somebody told me 10 years ago.
Okay.
And I never forgot this line, and I apply this with everything I do. Right.
You about to spit facts on shit.
Spit facts.
Bars.
I'm not even gonna hit you no long theoretical, you know what I'm saying, phrase, but
bars.
It's a phrase that I've always remembered. He said, "When you fail to prepare, you're preparing. You're preparing to fail."
Facts.
And analyze that. And analyze that. You can do that with anything you working on in life. Period. Yeah. When you fail to prepare, you are preparing to fail. So
basically, what that means is that Westbrook is failing to prepare for what his career is going to be post athleticism, post big contract. He's not seeing that. Because guess what, too? Right, when it's over. Because you don't never realize, you're never realizing when it's over, when you're in it, right? And honestly, we can say that certain people in your life can kind of develop your character, right?
Yes.
If you got people around you that are yes men and that don't hold you accountable, you will start to have some bad characteristics.
Characteristics, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like his coach, the coach, what's his name? Scott Brooks in Oklahoma City, never held him accountable. He just allowed Russ to be Russ. Yeah. That's where that phrase came from. Let Russ be Russ. Never told him what he was doing wrong. Never told him how to be able to fix certain things, how to have better basketball IQ on the court. No, just keep doing what you're doing, and it doesn't matter. Every coach that he's had up to a certain point now, where they're like, listen, you're a veteran, you're a little older, we're expecting a little bit more out of you in regards to thinking the game. You're not a 22-year-old that is just wildly athletic. You now have to be better. And he's looking at them like, I'm Russell Westbrook. Don't nobody talk to me like that. Well, all right, cool. If that's how you feel, and that's how you feel, bro.
You know what I think? I think maybe I might be wrong.
Yeah.
Right? But when I think of some of these coaches with so much structure, I think of Greg Popovich.
Phil Jackson.
I think of Phil Jackson. I think of
Chuck Daly.
Chuck Daly was another great one.
You know what I'm saying?
And
Pat Riley.
Jeff Van Gundy. Jeff Van Gundy. That was the name that was stuck in my head.
Like, you talk about all the great coaches, accountability, structure, system. They will scream in your face. They will call you out. Those are people that you need in your life. Not even just coaches, like people in your life. If you got friends that can be able to tell you, yo, you fucking up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, those are the people that you need around you rather than the dudes like, yo, everything's all right, man. Everything's all right. We good. They just looking for to extend the bag, to make sure that everything is fine, and they can continue to live the lifestyle that they live in. A real friend, a real homie, a real coach, a real leader, all of that stuff is going to sit you down and say, yo, you fucking up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to fix this, because if you don't fix this, you're going to be in a world of hurt. You know what I mean? And he, at this stage of his career, at this stage of his life, his professional career, he doesn't want to hear it. He doesn't want to hear it from an agent that he was with for 14 years. The agent took care of him. And the agent is telling him, yo, you got to face facts right now, bro.
Absolutely.
And if you don't want to face facts with a dude that used to take care of you like that, ain't nobody going to get through to you, bro.
Nah.